right, there we go. We should be fine. Should... Oh wait, could you hear me? All right, cool. All right, cool. Let me restart this on this end here. Oh my goodness, what a time to be alive! What a time to be alive. Uh, I was gonna get up here and talk about some science and uh, and some spontaneous combustion type shit happened, and I couldn't wait to just get on and have a great conversation heading into a new week at the row, being able to tell the difference in the and the and real knowledge versus what we've been getting on the internet and in our communities for 100 years, 120 years. We've been walking in the 400 years, walking without God, just in the wilderness, just messed up. Press one, just messed up. And where's Said at? I'm gonna open up my phone lines because Said ain't been around. See classroom. Said got busted. Press one. Said been lying and getting busted. Press one at the same time. Just lying for no reason. Hit the like button and subscribe. Just lying. Woo wee. I could make this up if I wanted to. Have me in disbelief. Press one. Have me in disbelief. Yeah, had me in disbelief. I couldn't believe it. I said, "Damn." You know how Said got caught lying and cheating on the exam. Press one. Lying and cheating on the exam for no reason at all, cause they supposed to been studying this whole time. Now they gon' they tried they tried to blame me. Ty, hey, Ollie. They tried to blame the professor. That is my fault. That they that they went off the deep end. You know, they went off the deep end and they say, I'm the one who made them do it because I'm asking questions about time. Hit the like button and subscribe. That's fucked up. I'm asking questions. It's my fault. I'm asking questions about time in my classroom. Press one, and it's my fault. So I had to say, damn, hold up. What's going on here? Hold up. How is this my fault that y'all don't dove off the deep end and went all into things because I'm talking about quantum physics? Press one and trying to teach my classroom about quantum physics. I just right after, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Right after I just got telling the ladies we going into grammar and knowing the difference and teaching these men the difference between nouns and adjective. Press one. Then I turned to the man's side of the section of the classroom. Press one. And I asked these niggas they analogy on time and how I don't sit on this internet and gave a history lesson. One can only ask for, you feel me, can get one at Harvard. And sat down and broke, and I said, so what was the time machine in all this? What is the time? These niggas went into, and I let them too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I walk my ass right with her. I want to see just where they gonna lead me to. Because I'm talking this whole time, talking about, Eve is the one that led Adam astray. But I'm literally witnessing Adam just dive off the deep end. And here we got ladies focused on a 60-plus-year-old woman, focused on my class, a history lesson. I asked her straight out, what is the time machine, ma'am? And she laid it out like in words, in simple, plain Negro fashion. No calculations needed. Press 1. None. Not one quantum. Press 1. Titles say quantum and all that. She took it back to the nouns and adjectives and understanding the law and having the correct teacher to break it all down. That's why she was so excited. Then lo and behold, who calls after that? Said with magical this one, and magic and probably that one, and this one and that one. And all of what he was talking about was alchemy. Press 1. Oh. He was having hypotheses and all types of moments. And this one, and that one, and maybe, every suggestion led right back to what? Smoke and mirrors. Alchemy. Rapist. But of all that, it ain't just alchemy, see. These are the teachings of the Kabbalah. Press 1. See, it ain't just he teaching. He trying to wiggle his way into and wiggle this information in as if it's natural, as if we just stumbled upon it so I can teach this to my classroom. See, but they don't really know. I really ponder things. And where is this analogy coming from? And I'm listening to him after my show. Where is he going with this? Press 1. You gotta watch little weasels like this. I had my eye on them since way back. So I just threw the bait out there. I just said sometimes it's just the right place, right time. You feel me? And it's just sometimes the mousetrap ain't prepped correctly. Just you gotta wait. You just wait for it. Press 1. Wait for it. It's coming. The nigga who said he ain't getting no credit. Last time he had a spaz out, he ain't getting no damn credit. I wanted to make sure I gave him all the credit he ever wanted. And now look. Press 1. Trying to so his teachings, like the serpent, can be embedded in my teachings. Press 1. That's Luciferian doctrine with the serpent around the egg. That stuff they teach over there at the 19 Keys and stuff. The serpent around the egg type of thing, the seed. They just trying to infiltrate the knowledge with theirs. So they can, look, he poisoning his audience just as I'm the big dog, like I told him. They don't even know what they doing. Then you say you got to forgive them for they not even knowing what they doing, bro. This is like minuscule to me. I was like, damn. So while I was just freestyling earlier today, going through my random day, just texting while I'm all different type of places on the East Coast. I'm just talking shit in the chat, keeping the chat going while I get back to the house. You feel me? But as soon as I sit in Mr. Gillespie's chair, it came to me. I said, Hermeticism. Nah. And then I sat and remembered before I left the house what I was thinking about. I said, this is Kabbalah magic. Chakras, the tree of life. They said it's the tree of life, but it's the tree of good and evil. Then you got the tree of life. Press 1. You got that good book, The Real Tree of Life. And then they bitten from the, just like I said, bitten from the tree of good and evil. Press one. So really what happened was when it was time to display their homework on how this all go down, who chose to eat from the tree of good and evil displayed itself. And people who was listening to the show, they understanding and called in with the understanding, that showed itself. I didn't do nothing. The 60-year-old lady didn't call me and she can't say, Kev, you made me say all these things. You made me go into this stuff. No. She was just paying attention to class. That's her summary of the question that I asked. Press one. I said, oh, she did her homework. Look at this great display. Let me not interrupt her much. She's having a grand old time. Press one. But y'all went into other things. So cool. I had no problem with that. It's not like I don't know what you talking about. Well, I don't think y'all knew what y'all was talking about. And so while y'all was getting into a bunch of shit that y'all didn't know what y'all was talking about. And then what you talking about is actual dark sciences and Kabbalah and Egyptology and cosmology and Serapis and the 7 hermetic principles of whatever. Press one. Look, I hope you're right, Kev. I don't know. I'm not here for your hope. I'm not here to I'm gonna tell you like this. Shantae Morgan. I don't know why you hoping I'm right. I'm hoping you right. I have a whole list to display of information and credibility to even question myself. I wonder if I'm on the right path. You just make sure you on the right path. Not wonder about the next person. It's you. That's what it is. What do you mean you hope I'm right? You check my police record. Press one. I've been out here putting in work. You mean you hope I'm right? You see? As a person, they didn't go into their mysticism class hoping they was right. They didn't go into their tarot card reading hoping that they was right. They don't question none of those. They don't question none of those dead idols at all. They just question me. You know why they question me? Because I can talk. That's why ain't none of them can talk, nigga. That's why. They just question me and try to play me. They can't play the demons that they serve because they not alive. Press one. They not alive. They can't hear them lies that they spew. They can't hear the serpent. So they can worship sticks and stones and pebbles. Press one. That's easy. You can put some paint on their face and make blood come out the eyes and say, look at this one. The mother of the Messiah is crying out through the rocks. Press one. They can do whatever they want to. They can have an orgy tonight in the conscious community and say it's all for Osiris. I don't give a damn. Press one. Because all of their gods that they serve is dead. And they can't hear or see or nothing. Press one. Hit that like button and subscribe. That's what the Kabbalah is. Self-worship. That's what it right there. Stay right there. See? And all that information. I went back listening to said. I said, this nigga is got a tongue split all the way to the back of his neck. Press one. Every time he call in, the energy shift from something so positive to a confused state. And luckily, Kevin is just Kevin, because it'd be like, what the fuck was that? You feel me? And it don't happen so many times. It can't just be a coincidence. It can't be no damn coincidence. Every time you misquote the word, every time. That's what happened when you nigga be caught up in this shit. Yeah, and that's just his shame, because ain't nobody chasing said. Ain't nobody chasing that nigga. He running up these YouTube street playing and shit, running away. Ain't nobody chasing that little nigga. That little mentally child. That's a child. Why we chasing? We ain't finna chase you, boy. Press 1. Because your shame chases you. Press 1. When you act like this, when you do things like this, the shame, because you put so effort to put a fake good face on, you really begin to believe your good face. Press 1. You believe you was the man. Mask off. What's these teachings? Oh, gotta go. What y'all running for? Come on now. Hit the like button and subscribe. But I had to go find out what they was running for. I had to go deep and had to find out, what is this Hermetic principle? Oh, Kabbalah, just like I see it. Press 1. So I thought, why not bring it to my classroom, since I was just teaching on quantum physics. So these scientists, I want to let my class know before we get to class on Monday. These scientists is the study of how to deny God, scientifically disprove God, and that you just some random event of some big bang. So all of us are gods per se, and aliens at the same goddamn time. Anything you want to deny God. That's what this shit has come down to. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. All right. Hit that like button. You already know what it is. He came back on. Hit that like button if you can see me. All right, for sure. No, they got me with the Kabbalah Hachawa. Press 1. They over there like Hashuki way. Press 1. They over there trying to give me the evil eye. You got these crazy bitches probably just we did it. People, press 1. They probably celebrating right now. Press 1. High five. Always believing they did something. They need to take their dumbasses to bed. Press 1. That's what they need to do. Press 1. All that dumbass shit they be doing and thinking about ain't even real. Just figment of their imagination. How you create a whole religion, a whole culture out of a theory? Press 1. Then gonna sit up here and talk about the white man. Y'all religion change every 6 months because that's what theories do. Press 1. I drink liquor and smoke blunts because that's what niggas do. Remember Tupac? Y'all theories change up every 2 weeks because that's what theories do. Press 1. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Now this is the mountaintop when you start talking about Kabbalah. Press 1. These the ancestors y'all people been worshiping are all from the Kabbalah. Your Egyptian ancestors are really just demons, conjuring up little demons. You be thinking, you be allowing this to enter y'all bodies and stuff. Y'all be out there wigging out and shit. Press 1. Busted. I got up on this computer just to look at y'all in y'all fucking face. This is dirty. Our community is dirty, spiritually filthy, unsaid. Said shit. I'm trying to be clean. Press 1. I'm trying to be clean, knowing his brain is polluted with filth. I can't believe. I said, you want to get up here and drive the ship? Yeah. Where you want to drive it to? I just want to sit in the driver's seat. Press 1. Wakanda say, what you gonna do with the women? He said, nothing. I got my own problems. Press 1. I said, oh, this nigga got issues we ain't seen yet. What type of shit is this one? You got issues. Nigga, press 1. Nobody asked you about the issue. What you mean you got issues? Bro, these is women. What you go? You gonna got your own problem? Said he just trying to make money. What else that nigga say? What else that nigga? Said must have been drunk. I don't believe this shit. He must have been drunk and just had he forgot his phone was on or some shit. Yeah, brother. Woo-wee. He said, shit, I just want to make some money without working. I don't want to do shit. I just want to dry this ship. I don't give a fuck if I run this to the side of a mountain as long as I get paid. I was shocked. That's when my internet life got real. Now, hold up. Pull this motherfucking car over. Hold up. Cause I know like I'm in real life. I know like hell this nigga typed this. Now I'm motherfucking turn on the hazards on the freeway and shit, bro. This shit is getting crazy, bro. Oh my goodness. Yeah, nigga, I want all the attributes. Yeah, you want to drive? Yeah, nigga, I want to drive. But he just told you is how you gonna steer it with language. Press 1. Oh my goodness, with language. I would have told that old lady if she come on to the front, move, nigga, come on, drive. Just press 1. Oh, sisters. This nigga said with language, I'm going to drive the ship with language. How you going to control the women? I'm not. I got my own problem. Cub raised by the manosphere. Press what? Cub raised by the manosphere. How you going to treat them? I'm not. Fuck that. Fuck them. I got my own problems. I'm just here to make money and... What? One, this can't be live, bro. That can't be live, bro. My nigga said I just here to make money. Fuck these bros, bro. Where the buttons at? Where the buttons at? See, but you gotta watch a nigga spirit like that. Where the damn buttons at? He wanna drive the ship and don't even know how to walk or nothing. I got a couple questions for you. What you know about Hermeticism? Abada. I gotta go. What you mean you gotta go? This is like Kabbalah, right? This is what everything he gone. He just gonna up and leave. He ain't say bye to nobody or nothing. Press 1. What's this one? Before you press these buttons, press 1. I gotta see what's in your brain, bro. What's in your brain? See, people like that, you gotta really put them through the fire. Press 1. He said, just give me them keys and I'm driving, shaking. Just give me them damn keys. Press 1. It's mine now. He's like the evil person. If this was the kingdom of heaven, say it'd be like Satan waiting. No, if this was Lord of the Rings, bro. If this is Lord of the Rings, y'all, boy, for that ring, bruh. Woo! My precious mad ass type of nigga. Press 1. Lord have mercy, my brother. Woo! Boy, if this was Lord of the Rings, your character is fit perfect. Oh my goodness, just a little slime, just a little slimy slime ball. Press 1. His whole mental slimeness, he's like Slimer from Ghostbuster. The human form, the slimeness. You ever saw Men in Black? The dude who talking about water and the slime is coming out of his pores, out of his walk. That's how that nigga is. You try to just feed them. I would give them the knowledge. The knowledge is easy. There it is. But this whole time we've been studying, you ain't been studying. Your eyes is set on something else. My nigga brain is set on something else. And that's not good. When you see a nigga brain set on something that ain't theirs, just want it. Because they don't have their own. But they really do. Press 1. They got their own. But they want mine. They want his over there. Why? Because it's not theirs. That's the only thing I can come up with. If anybody else, I don't know what else to say. Pat, they just want what's not theirs. That's that French in them. Press 1. That's that black Nazi in them. Press 1. That's that. Hey, that's that French Nazi for your ass right there. Always, bro, just trying to get in, bro. I need them keys, Morpheus. I gotta get out of here. I hate this place. Press 1. Head ass. I need them keys to Zion. Put that nigga. Oh my goodness. Woo! He likes what he does. Trust me. Don't even feel bad for the nigga. The nigga's a real slime ball. He's really like, oh, feel bad for me. I'm hurt. And y'all be like, oh, that's messed up. Don't do it, because he creates that moment. It ain't happening, bro. He's a real slime ball. That nigga's. Guess what he was doing, Todd? This clown is trying to pass Hermeticism, Kabbalah over here on this channel, like it's a spontaneous thing though. Oh yeah. Oh, maybe how to get through time. You gotta go through this angle and double back at this, and like all of this mystical shit leads back to you know where. So before I let these niggas think that they smarter than the 5th grader, let's just put their teachings on Front Street. You know, why not? I love to sit and talk and look at this video about what is this? The Philosopher's Stone. Which one y'all want to watch? The Galactic Federation The Black Body, press 1. With Introduction to Kabbalah and Freemasonry, press 1. We gonna go with we gonna keep it simple. We gonna keep it with, let's say, the Philosopher's Stone. Press
by
1.
the discovery.
We gonna go with the Philosopher's Stone because why not? Why not? Y'all bringing up triangles. Oh yeah, and Taj over there right with him. Press 1. Taj doubling down on the nonsense. Press 1. Taj going and finding all the crystals, all the crystal power that he can find. Press 1. Going down the loop. As always, these niggas always go down the loop and forget the greatest time machine on earth is the Bible. Press 1. But people, the thing about it is, Said can't calculate the Bible because he ain't been studying. So if Said call in and he can't, none of his shit can be about the Bible because he know I'm gonna say, well, what is the calculation? Well, it's just gonna get even stupider. He don't want to expose that. He already sounded like crazy yesterday. He already sounded insane, lost with his own hermetic principle. I think because that's when he began to realize that he fucked around and realized that nigga Kev Gills ain't shit. Press 1. I think that's because Sid got this like walking a thin line. I think when he get on that, damn, no, Kev ain't shit. I sensed that, like, all right, time to wrap it up, boy. He's got on to his own downfall. Yeah. He's walked. He's done playing around. He's out. He's fucked up. Yeah, he's fucked. And so we're going to go into alchemy. Is this alchemy? What is it? Well, I don't know what it is. It's the teachings that they believe in. Let's take a listen. Don't be open-minded because y'all heard him talk about the Philosopher's Stone. Oh, I think that's the Philosopher's Stone that they was talking about and all of these great things. We really didn't know what the hell he was talking about. You didn't, and neither did I. And I just like to let people go. Especially when like, okay, let me research this shit. See exactly what this is. And put it through my filter. So I love every bit of it. Let's go to the Eternal Stone.
Hey guys, so once again, I'm going to be doing a presentation playlist. So
go ahead.
I've had a lot of these slideshows that I used for different presentations back in Red Deer, and I really wanted to get them up on the channel and share them with you guys and kind of give people the opportunity to access some of this information without having to come out to a formal lecture. So I'm going to share this one, and this was a presentation that was centered around the theme of sort of the Philosopher's Stone. The archetypal image of a stone, and in fact, I made a shorter video about this early on in the channel, and I'll post a link to that down in the description. And that video is very, very similar, but with shorter videos, I can't give you guys as much information. So I wanted to do this and kind of really go into depth. But one of the things that I want to point out with this as well is that we're going to be sort of segueing off of this theme into a discussion on the chakras, the alchemical system of the planets, and even touching on the Kabbalistic tree of life. And this was a really unique presentation in that sense, where I started out with a theme discussing the Eternal Stone, and this really almost organically leads into a discussion about the chakras. And I want to really look at how the different chakra systems appear in different traditions. So we have a kind of chakra system within alchemy, as well as one within Kabbalah. So stay tuned, and I hope you guys enjoy this presentation.
Kabbalah. Look. Look. Look.
So the Eternal Stone, or the Philosopher's Stone, I think gained a lot of popularity with the Harry Potter series. These were films that came out years and years ago, and it describes how Harry Potter has an interaction there with Nicholas Flamel, who is said to have been one of the famous alchemists in history who discovered the Philosopher's Stone. The Philosopher's Stone was kind of a sort of myth that was going around in the Middle Ages, and it concerned this mythical stone that could change any base metal into gold. And it was also said that if you ingested it, that you would acquire immortality. So the process of creating the Philosopher's Stone was really considered a process of helping nature to evolve. So alchemy had this kind of a theory of evolution before Charles Darwin. But this theory of evolution was sort of along the lines of thinking that everything in the world was evolving and moving towards the perfection of the sun. So if you think of the planets as being symbolic of sort of rungs on a ladder, then climbing this ladder would lead an individual to the top, at which level was the sun. So everything...
I'm so I don't mean to laugh, but Ali is silly. Okay, Ali said that this is just more bug language. Press what? I think gold is man-made too. That's cool. Ty said that these is young pharaoh rituals type of stuff. This is more bug language. That's funny as hell to me. 'Cause that's all I heard. That's all I hear. Is just like, motherfucker. I feel like a praying mantis is talking to me about a world of Neptune. Some goddamn weird. Come on, man.
in the world was believed to be evolving from the bottom of this ladder up to the perfection of the sun. And this included plants, animals, people, individuals in their lives were progressing to enlightenment, the perfection of the sun. And it was also believed that metals were performing this process as well. And the alchemist was essentially a master of the forces of nature who was helping this process along by discovering this quintessential material, the Philosopher's Stone, that would instantaneously bring any base material up to that level of perfection. Now, one of the most important documents supporting ideas on alchemy is this one here. This is referred to as the Emerald Tablet. Now, there are many different translations that abound, and I'm going to read through this with you guys, and I might paraphrase a little bit based on some of the other translations that I've read, because some of the translations, certain sections I prefer over others, but I believe this one was an edition of Isaac Newton's actual translation, because Isaac Newton was very, very interested in alchemy. "'Tis true, without error, certain and most true. That which is below is like that which is above, and that which is above is like that which is below, to do the miracles of the one thing. And as all things have arisen from the one by the mediation of the one, so all things have their origination from this one thing by adaptation. Its father is the sun, the mother its moon. The wind carries it in its belly, and the earth nurtures it. It is the father of all perfection, and the whole world is here. Its power or force is complete if it is turned into earth. Separate the earth from the fire, the subtle from the gross, sweetly and with great ingenuity. It ascends from the earth to heaven, and again descends to the earth, and receives the force of things above and below. By this means you shall have the glory of the whole world, and thereby all obscurity shall flee from you. Its force is above all force, for it vanquishes every subtle thing, and penetrates every solid thing. So was the world created. From this are and do come admirable adaptations, whereof the means or process is herein. Hence I am called Hermes Trismegistus, having the three parts of the philosophy of the whole world. And this completes what I have to say about the operation of the sun." So this is a really mysterious document, and there are all kinds of myths that surround it. Supposedly, the most colorful myth that I had ever heard was that this document was written by this mythic figure Hermes Trismegistus upon an emerald tablet that had fallen off the forehead of Satan when he fell from heaven. So when the devil came down from heaven, this jewel that God had given him was taken away, and it fell from his face, and the Hermes Trismegistus picked it up and used it as the template for this document. Now, obviously, it's quite a colorful story, but I don't think there's any historical validity to that. There are stories that this emerald tablet was lost in the catacombs of Alexandria, where it was discovered by Alexander the Great and brought back out into the light. And of course, no one possesses the actual tablet, but it's a document that seems to have originated probably somewhere in the Middle East, and it was tied in intimately with the origins of alchemy. And alchemy was largely started by the discovery of the book, the Corpus Hermeticum, in the Middle Ages when it arrived in Italy and it was translated out of Latin. And this really popularized a school of thinking called Hermeticism. And Hermeticism includes alchemy, astrology, and magic. So here in this illustration, what you have is an image of an alchemist. And he's got a tent here set up. And he's knelt down in prayer and in meditation with sacred diagrams set up. And one of the things that's quite interesting about the history of these alchemists is that they would use these texts, these documents, to sort of meditate on and contemplate in the hopes of acquiring some mystical truth. Because oftentimes these books, these alchemical texts, would have language, but it would be cryptic. Or sometimes, in some cases, such as the Mutus Liber, there were no words at all, just these cryptic and mysterious images. And years later, Carl Gustav Jung recognized a lot of these images as being dream images. And it turns out that alchemists were using dreams quite a lot to arrive at conclusions regarding these alchemical processes.
They would do psychedelics like Taj, and then they would have these. They would hallucinate and have dreams and
it turns
eat
out that alchemists
mushrooms.
were using dreams.
Taj, you want to tell us all about this shit here? Press 1. Woo! Taj, they was having dreams. They was psychedelics, like Taj said. He used to study this stuff, you know. Press 1. We have a scholar. Press 1. The other one ran away. Press 1. That motherfucker sleazeball. You press 1. Lord have mercy. Let you call in? This is entertaining, sir. Wait a minute. Let him call in. He finna try to distance himself from from the coward.
Quite a lot to arrive at conclusions regarding these alchemical processes. And so what the thought is now, at least in the Jungian school of philosophy.
He go Taj part. He go Taj. He trying to catch it before this part come up. Remember press 1. Remember Taj brought up the water and the crystal. Press 1. Remember Taj and said was talking about the water and they was validating each other and the perception of the water and the crystal and the mirror effect and all of this one. Here we go. Watch this one. I guarantee it because this always happens. This has always happened.
And psychology is that the Philosopher's Stone never really was a literal stone. Rather, it's this metaphor, this symbol for an experience of the self archetype. And I did this little illustration up just as a kind of example of what we're describing here, where the diamond, the Philosopher's Stone, the eternal stone, is lurking in the depths of the unconscious, here represented by the deep, deep water. And so the alchemist is attempting to get down under the surface of the water to arrive at this experience of the self archetype. So this is I think, I would love to believe that there's a
press 1. Now I want you to look at this experiment this white man finna do. Now look, the ego and the self. The water projection slightly off experiment. Taj, this better not be what you got this from. Press 1. You better not be doing the Jungian psychology experiment on press 1. Hey, Taj, I don't miss. Look at this. I know you want, bro. What the hell is y'all up to, bro?
Real philosopher's stone out there.
Let's listen to it. Let's listen to it.
If anyone happens to know,
Oh,
know someone who has this, please let me know. I would love to find out. But as so far, I'm inclined to think that probably the Jungian interpretation of this is more accurate. And if you're not familiar with this diagram,
and y'all didn't want to teach us none of this shit. Y'all just want to pretend like we all was just guessing.
I would recommend going over and checking out the playlist on Jungian psychology, because they
didn't want to teach us the Jungian
explanation for
way.
what these symbols here all represent. Now, the interesting thing about stones and rocks and things of this kind is that
You know what's funny about stones and rocks?
we find their symbolism represented all over the place. It's a pretty consistent theme. In this case, this is a reference to popular culture. Diamonds are forever, a James Bond movie. And of course, here we have a diamond is forever. Now, the symbolism behind this is significant because the stone here, the diamond, acts as a perfect symbol for the self-archetype, because the self-archetype, remember, is an example of something which is eternal. It is a symbol for that consciousness, that nature within the unconscious mind, which is eternal and everlasting and unchanging. Here we have it in religious traditions represented. This is in the case of diamond mind in Tibetan Buddhism, where the mind is represented by this diamond. So the self-archetype is a direct reference to the innermost nature of the subconscious mind. It's the immutable core, or the root of the psyche. The self-archetype does not change, grow old, or suffer mortality. Therefore, the stone comes to embody the sacred, immortal peace upon which the ego must learn to rely. I love you, O Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer. My God, my rock, in whom I take refuge. The Lord lives, and blessed be my rock, and exalted be the God of my salvation. For who is God but the Lord, and who is a rock except our gods?
Wow.
Psalm 18. So here you can see, quite clearly that the symbol for the everlasting and immortal, all-powerful, all-knowing God here is captured in the symbol of the stone, the sacred stone. Here we have Vajrasattva, diamond mind. In Buddhism, the mind is depicted as being a diamond, like in nature. Egoism, hatred, lust, and ignorance are like mud, which cloud this diamond and prevent us from perceiving its beauty and clarity. In Islam, naturally, we have the Kaaba stone. Now, it's kind of a disappointing fact that the Kaaba stone has been broken into shards. This is actually like a resin cast that the shards have been placed in, so that when Muslims come and they visit the Kaaba in Mecca, they come here and they hope to touch this stone, which is reputed to have fallen from heaven. I think that it would have served as a much better symbol for the self-archetype if it hadn't been smashed into a bunch of little pieces, unfortunately. But Muslims will come and they will kiss the stone and revere it. So this is definitely a representation of the self-archetype. This is another interesting example. This is the stone plate of John Dee. Now, John Dee was the kind of occultist and alchemist in the court of Queen Elizabeth, and it was his job to advise her concerning subjects of astrology and...
Taj, did you send me this white man? That's who? Who is that, Taj? You sent me this white man, specifically this nigga picture. Who is that again?
He was sort of the court alchemist, and he would use this stone, this black stone.
So
as
you
a means
know
of
alchemy. So you was talking about alchemy too.
communicating with the spirit world. So this was his tool for contacting an angelic messenger. And he would stare into this obsidian mirror, and through that he was able to contact this so-called entity, this angel. So here again we have this significant symbolism placed on the stone. And then we have the Shiva Lingam, which comes to us in a variety of different forms. These are the Shiva Lingam stones, which are meant to represent the masculine deity Shiva, who is really a metaphor for consciousness entering the womb of space and time.
Originally, it was set down as a traffic barricade, Now the only people it stops are worshipers. CNN's Greg Lefebvre visited a world-renowned shrine in San Francisco's Golden Gate Park that rose from very humble beginnings.
Hindus come from around the world to worship before it. Naturists say it soothes the spirit. Buddhists pray at its feet. It was once a granite traffic barricade at San Francisco's Golden Gate Park. It's now revered by thousands as a monument to the Hindu god Shiva. Mystery solved thanks to Jim Wofford. 4 years ago, he moved the stone there, as he's done with hundreds of stones in his job as a crane operator.
We just placed it there in case they wanted to put it somewhere, maybe for a traffic barricade or in an entrance to a building.
Soon, local Indian nationals noted the stone's phallic shape could be seen as the symbol of the Hindu god of power, Shiva.
And our Hindu community in the local Bay Area uses an offering on Mondays only to come and request for blessing of power.
Hundreds of Hindus visit each year on guided world tours of sacred sites. They burn incense and offer milk and honey.
Cool water and cool milk, that he like.
Over time, you get enough people doing that, and you create an energy just kind of in the space itself.
And I mean, if it makes people feel good, great.
Now some devotees want the site dedicated as a permanent temple.
I mean, if someone wants to come into Golden Gate Park and bow down to a stone or to a tree, that's their business and we could care less.
But no temples on city property.
Those who worship here say the stone's humble beginnings provide a lesson in life that is not how your life starts out, but what you make of it. Greg Lefebvre, CNN, San Francisco.
Report.
Kind of a cute little news story, right? And it helps us to recognize the psychological role that these symbols play, right? I mean, it's a traffic barricade that these Hindus found sitting in the forest, but in a certain sense, you can appreciate why they revere it, because, I mean, imagine being a Hindu and going for a lovely little walk in the park, and then you see the image of the Shiva Lingam, seemingly miraculously sitting on top of a hill. I mean, it would naturally provoke someone of that cultural tradition to an act of worship. So
now, you see that? Press 1. Now you see that? On so many levels, I'm right on so many levels. Hit that like button and subscribe. I'm just right on so many levels, bro. It don't even make it just make all the sense now why I'm so right. I just see through the bullshit. It'd be no, all the way up until, oh shit. And it don't gotta be. It doesn't have to be. I'm like the coolest nigga in the world. Like, I mean, on some real chill shit. Just figuring out the secrets to our lives together, ours, without this satanic agenda always trying to lure its shit over here. And people say, Kev, why you stay to yourself? Or why you, because I always got to worry about this shit. That's why. That's why I really love being by myself. I'm glad that I'm like, because it's a reason why brothers ain't paying attention. Niggas got alternative motive. People in general got alternative motives for what? Just to end up in the end, the subject matter. For what? And then you find out like, damn, Kev really don't gotta do nothing. Nope. You gonna do it. Kev ain't gotta do shit. No, I realized that a long time ago. What really it never hurts the person because they learn to live and get over shit. The fact that niggas gotta wake up every day and females gotta wake up every day knowing that they ain't shit. Like really knowing, want to be somebody else, have to become somebody else to be somebody. They gonna wake up and realize, like, damn, I really ain't shit. Yeah, you really ain't shit. And I'm gonna be right there with you. Ha ha. Yep. Yep. Let's high five in the back of niggas' backs and all that, and ha ha, and look at here and watch this one. I sleep good at night. I'm just like, so I keep telling people it's all in vain because I'm good. But niggas walk up these YouTube streets playing all day and act like they not. Like we ain't watched. Like you judge a person by the fruit that it bears, G. And so it's Kabbalah. So all you niggas are affected with Kabbalah. That's what it is. That's what's in you. Then y'all gonna bow to Shiva. Press 1. Then you gonna bow to Shiva. Press 1. Mr. Gillespie. Then you're gonna bow to your god Shiva. Because, or whatever other god you can come up with. Woo! And some good Coca-Cola. See? You see? Did they mention psychedelics too? So all of you, what y'all do, come from here. How many people is witnessing this? Press 1. And like, just watch how Floyd Mayweather walk him down in the 7th, 8th, and 9th round. Press 1. Just watch. Y'all don't got enough wind power. There's not enough words. Press 1 that you can come up with. There's not enough plays that you got in your Madden playbook. There's not enough calculations, nigga. Press 1. I ain't never finished, bro. I grow every day. When you thought you had me yesterday, I'm gone, nigga. I'll jump right now over you, nigga. Y'all don't know y'all shit. I praise the God that created good and evil. I told you, even your God repented. And y'all still acting like a nigga ain't looking at you every day, blessing you in your face. Bless you niggas right there, knowing what you niggas and other folks is up to. Press 1. You think, but I sleep well. I praise a good God. I don't have sleepless nights. The trauma of wanting to be somebody else, of wanting to drive a car that's not yours. I don't have these wants, these curses of want of lack of. Press 1, and then you look at me on the surface and say, "Well, Kev really don't got nothing for you to really want. It ain't you on. You feel me? Is you don't see what they want. You don't see what they want. Now you can't say nothing when it's on the TV, and your whole breakdown is of Kabbalah. Press 1. You can't even, hey, Ollie, you can't even explain your way. If this was a gang meeting, Kev would be the best. Nigga, I told you. Don't fuck with the Kev. Kev, the best detective on earth. Don't fuck with Kev. Kev, a high Columbo your ass all the way down to the last 5 minutes of the game. And then ask you one question that's going to throw a wrench in everything you work so hard for. Press 1. Hit the like button and subscribe. That's why he said run away. He said, damn, this nigga know. It ain't even the fact that I know. It's the fact that I did it in front of y'all. See, if I didn't do it in front of y'all, they would have been, like, oh no, man, Kev, man, be tripping, all right. It would have been dope. No, you gotta have a witness. See, you gotta make sure you throw the wrench out there and make sure they bite. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a quantum physics conversation. How did they create the motherfucking time machine? And boom, these niggas went off into Kabbalah mysticism. Press one. You don't even got to say Egyptology and cosmology and nothing. You identify it at its source. They bit from the apple of good. They bit from from Satan's tree. That's what that is. That's Satan's tree. So I don't even got to tell you who tree it is because you already know. It's called the dang tree. You feel me? So it's a false tree of life. Press one is it's another tree of life. And then you got this tree of life. Press one, which one you believe? God's word are the principles of the Hermeticism and Aleister Crowley nonsense.
Again, there's nothing probably significant about a traffic barricade, but the effect that these symbols have on the psyche is pronounced, and it causes people to take action. Now this is a quote from St. John of the Cross discussing the nature of the soul as being like a crystal. He says here, hence for the soul to be in its center, which is God.
Didn't I tell y'all that was the science of Antichrist? They was finding a different way to praise God, and they did it this way. They brought in foreign gods and crystals and all of this shit right up under the nose of Christ. Right up under the nose of Christ. That's why I sniffed Peter out. That's why I said, oh, this is going to be great. Oh, this is natural shit. Press what? Just like Christ. Just like Christ. What did Christ find out? He found out that they was into necromancy. They was drinking blood. They was into all type of dark magic and all type. But not only that, they was in the treachery of the treachery, the blasphemies of blasphemy. They brought the shit into the temples as if they was worshiping God, but it was different gods. And this is how they was doing it. You see that, Brian King? That's why Jesus was like, what? Why he called Peter Satan. Come on, bro. This is it, bro. This is the mentality. All behind his back, laughing and joking and drinking and having a ball, cracking up. Yeah, Jesus don't know shit. Yeah, bro, we got him pumped up with the word. We got him thinking all these things. Press one, and then Jesus made sense. What? Press one. He said, watch this. He said, watch this. That's what he said. I'm going to show you something. While y'all playing, y'all really don't know who I really am. You see that? That's when they couldn't even understand the simple parable. That's why he's in John 16, they couldn't even understand that, bro. But you do today. They didn't. The Kabbalists didn't even understand that. The Muslims didn't even, the Christians didn't even understand John 16. They worried about something else. They laughing and joking around. Cool. This is what this is about, though. And you know I'm right. Niggas can't battle me. I know that they what they worship, bro. I know who their father is. They little baby vipers. You feel me? They be like they just pretending to have a bite. They're just reckless. They the little baby vipers. Nothing more, nothing less. We squash on them.
For it to possess 1 degree of love, for by 1 degree alone it is united with him through grace. But once it has attained the final degree, God's love has arrived at wounding the soul in its ultimate and deepest center, which is to illuminate and transform it in its whole being, power, and strength, and according to its capacity until it appears to be God. When light shines on a clean and pure crystal, we find that the more intense the degree of light, the more light the crystal has concentrated within it, and the brighter it becomes. It can become so brilliant from the abundance of light received that it seems to be all light. and then the crystal is indistinguishable from the light, since it is illumined according to its full capacity, which is to appear to be light. Now, this is actually a quote that I mentioned in an earlier video, discussing a comparison between Catholic mystics and Hindu yogic masters. But I have kind of an opportunity here in this presentation to go a little bit more in depth with this, so as to point out that what St. John of the Cross is describing here is a form of apotheosis, okay? That's to become God, and I've highlighted this here, appears to be God. And this is an interesting thing that seems to be sort of an understated or little-known fact about Catholic Christian tradition, is that the emphasis on the mystic, on the saint's accomplishment, is to essentially achieve a form of deification, apotheosis, oneness with God. And this is in direct correlation with what we see in Buddhism and Hinduism in the Orient. And what I find so beautiful as a practicing Roman Catholic is that the Catholic tradition discovers this almost independent. I mean, you do have something comparable within Sufism, within Islam, but the Catholic mystics definitely develop their own tradition of basically recognizing that Christ becoming man is now mirrored in man becoming like God, right? Christ takes...
Now you see that? Now you see that? They inverted the whole thing. They inverted it.
Takes on man's humanity being God, and now as a consequence of his sacrifice, we have, through his sacraments and through his grace, the opportunity to become like him. So that's a profound meditation to think about. But what...
That'd be like who? Well, how could you relate that to Scripture? Scripture doesn't say that. It doesn't mean like you're going somewhere. See how they make this? You see how they take this and make it as if they hamburger eating asses at home who don't genocide whole nations is gonna be like Jesus Christ, the white man who saved humanity. They got this mindset. Or the niggas got the black version of the same thing while genociding their whole race. Then you got foreign black. Never mind, I don't want to go there. But you got all these different mindsets according to what's not there.
What's interesting in this example, and most relevant to our discussion here in this presentation, is the choice of his symbol, using the symbol of the pure crystal. And he uses that symbol to emphasize the fact that God, being like light, enters into the soul, and the soul becomes so illuminated with the light that the soul is indistinguishable from God. Just as a crystal bathed in pure light is indistinguishable from the light. And I think that's a really beautiful symbol that can be worth some meditation time. So this is now a quotation from St. Teresa of Avila, and this is in reference to her book concerning the seven castles of the soul. And she says here, "I thought of the soul as resembling a castle, one formed of a single diamond or a very transparent crystal, a most beautiful crystal globe made in the shape of a castle and containing 7 mansions, in the 7th and innermost of which was the King of Glory, in the greatest splendor, illuminating and beautifying them all. The nearer one got to the center, the stronger was the light. Outside the palace limits, everything was foul, dark, and infested with toads, vipers, and other venomous creatures." Now, this is really where I think, if you're paying close attention, you might recognize the continuity here, or the transition that we're making towards discussing the chakras. Because St. Teresa of Avila is describing this castle of 7 castles made of one pure and consistent crystal, undivided, and it stretches out, and the seeker of God, beginning at the outermost edge, works his way through each of the 7 castles.
Now, God, let me just say, Scripture describes the kingdom of the Lord. That's why this is like insane. Okay? Because all of these saints are actually just open contrary to God. It's just it's just like Antichrist.
Until arriving at the center, which is the throne of the divine. And this is an analogous symbol to the one journeying within the soul. Now, I mean, if you can't coordinate that with Jungian psychology, I mean, that is a textbook.
They keep creating choice. No, a person takes. That's your choice. You want to take it. That they ain't keeping creating no damn choice. This is just an outright illustration, a lie from whoever that lady was. Saint Teresa of Avila having a dream of this and that one. That's all it is. It's just a lie.
Book example of an archetypal image, and we're going to see in the next few slides how
You ain't got to make it
this
too
symbol
difficult,
is
Ralph.
echoed
Ralphie,
through a
okay? You ain't got to
plethora
make it
of
too
religious
difficult.
traditions
Sit back.
throughout the world.
Sit back and relax.
So the stone symbolizes something permanent that can never be lost or dissolved, something eternal that some have compared to the mystical experience of God within one's own soul. It symbolizes what is perhaps the simplest and deepest experience, the experience of something eternal that man can have in those moments when he feels immortal and unalterable. This is a quotation right from Carl Jung's book, Man and His Symbols. So here's where I think we'll end this first video, and in the next set of videos, what I'm going to do is start going into the depth of analyzing the symbol of achieving realization or moving up.
So I'm finna cut my phone line on, and now I'm taking phone calls. Now I'm taking phone calls as I prepare my next video of silliness. Of what is this called? Philosopher's Stone, and all. Now I'm taking phone calls. Hold up. As I prepare my next video. These crystals. These crystals. What's the name said that he's. See if y'all look here. My man Taj.
Speaking Spanish.
My man Taj said he listened to what is it? Black Magic 363. He was addicted to this one.
All right, family, and we should be live right now.
Hold on, Taj. Let me put you on the air. Let me put you, Taj. Taj want to call and make a point that he don't know nothing about. Taj want to make it clear. Hold on, Taj. He want to make it clear that he don't know nothing about Hermeticism or nothing of the sort. Right? My man said, "Am I on? Hold up. All right, you on right now. Go ahead."
Peace, Kev. Peace to the chat, man. Hey, bro, I want to first separate myself from anything saying that I'm trying to put this in there. I ain't trying to do nothing, but it makes sense because all of these people who were in that school of religious studies, the theologians, were the same ones that were into the civil, the same ones that were into the physics, the quantum physics and stuff like that. So the language being used, I never recognized it.
You never recognized. Oh, you never recognized that it was the same motherfucking language from the science that they was using from the institutes, from the Gothenburg. Is that what you talking about, or what's that called?
Yeah, Göttingen.
Yeah, you did.
Once I started looking into the theory of relativity, I never looked into things like that. No, I ain't never, like, the thing that got me on that was we had that day we was talking about the man in the high castle, talking about the alternate realities and stuff like that. And pardon me for jumping out the window, going in that direction, going into the science of what they were talking about, and trying to understand what they were saying with
No. That's the main point. Bringing it back and seeing it within law. Not you. That nigga said that's what he was talking about when he was bringing up all of these different mirror effects and these crystal, but he kept referencing you, but he's bringing in this uh, 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 supernatural Kabbalahism on the low low.
Yeah, and that's what I'm separating myself from, because what I was talking about was specifically the experiments talking about like the dropping the rock into the water and
Yeah.
the ripple effect off of that.
Yeah, I saw those.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, so why was he referencing you but bringing in Hermeticism? But then look, it's stuck. You
But
know,
it came
but
from
you
the
know,
same place,
it
Chuck,
came
so it
from
would make
it's
sense.
same. There you go. I was just about to
And
say
I
that.
see that now.
It come
but
from
I,
the same.
I couldn't make the correlation if I ain't never seen any of these experiments and these equations and stuff that they talking about and seeing how they relate. Once you started playing those videos with like Red Pill and 19 Keys and stuff like that, it dawned on me like, damn.
That's the same. That's the historical betrayal. That's the science of this betrayal right there.
Yeah, and I don't know what Seb was talking about with like the black bodies and all that. I don't know nothing. Like I don't know nothing about that.
Wait a minute.
Man. Like,
you don't know nothing about the different
that side
color
of it,
spectrum? Per arm and leg is a different color, or things of this. You didn't know nothing about that.
I don't know nothing about all that, bro. It's like, bro, I started watching Dr. Sabi videos. That led me into Black Magic and Black Magic 363. And I started watching their videos. Hey, I was trying to figure out certain things. I was going through transitions in life.
I got you. Look,
and I started seeing certain stuff. I knew that wasn't for me, but even delving into that a little bit, it caused me to have trouble in my life, and what that gives me the fuel to be able to, like, my experiences that I went through, like having those thought patterns and stuff like that. I try my best. That's why I try my best and go so hard and try to do the research, and whatever you put out there, I misunderstood the last assignment, but whatever you put out there, I try to like have a conversation with you. So if I am off, I try to get back on course, bro. You are the truth, bro. And I realized that.
You was on assignment. That's all. It was no assignment. That nigga said was using your shit to ease in Hermeticism, and that was you was doing the research on the science of it. So he'll bring in the metaphysical shit, and then he'll refer the shit that you would say and turn it into the meaning of it over here in Hermeticism and what it could possibly be.
And what all I was doing, I was talking about like photonic crystals and stuff like that. That's when I looked into time travel. That's what came up. Photonic crystals bending and projecting light, and that's why I was. You know what I mean?
No, because that's what comes up. That's what comes up. So I understand. I know what you're talking about. That's what comes up when I type it. That ain't shit. I like that type of shit. What I don't like is niggas referencing other people's work and bringing in a whole different perspective under the table.
Yeah, and bro,
that ain't you. That ain't you. But that's what niggas do. For some reason, Sayed has said, you know what? I'ma ease Hermeticism. No, I mean, I'm gonna call it what it is. Kabbalah in like this. Since they own this, and I'm a literally out my mouth say, oh, like kind of like what Taj was talking about, and he kept referencing you. I'm like, oh shit, okay, what Taj is talking about. So I just let him go. And since you had the bases up, I said, damn, they over here also. One hand washes the other, but hey, he good at. Taj said good at that type of shit. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. All I was inquiring about, that's cool. But now you see,
bro,
now
if
you see everything that he brought up. All of his teachings were Hermetic principles, and they wasn't even teachings. Them was more like suggestions given the topic we was on. He wasn't teaching nothing. He was just because we was on time travel through the language, seeing it through the perspective of what we just did historically.
Yeah, and I seen that, and it hit me like when we brought back up syntax, and this morning when we was in the chat when we brought up the syntax and stuff like that. It's like my thing is like I really how I come at it, bro. I just be trying to diagnose. Okay, where is like what I've been trying to get back to,
stupid.
and you showed us is the flashpoint and how that and using that like a metaphor, and I'm just trying to explain.
No, and
it.
you absolutely
And-
right. That's cool. That's cool. Cause seeing it metaphorically, but seeing the reality of it, you got the right perspective of addressing it, of looking at it the correct way. That's how you supposed to see it. Like, oh shit, metaphor. They've been talking to me and through metaphysics and metaphorics and symbolism, but it's really just metaphysics and metaphorics, like just babble. That's the right.
Yeah, bro.
That's the right approach.
Yeah, and it's like, bro, in my everyday life, I try to talk to people about, you know what I mean, about what we talk about, sir. It's like all,
bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I try to.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. That's man, bro. I'm here to push the conversation forward, bro. That's all I be out here trying to do, man. So, man, I just wanted to totally clear that part up.
Todd just called it.
If you allow me
Todd
I'll
just
speak
said,
on my past.
when right
I'll
now?
speak on
Hold
my
up,
past
no, I
if you
gotta
allow me
no.
to.
After this, we gonna get into all that. After I got another because I'm finna break down. I'm finna break down more Kabbalah said knowledge, and
I'm
then
here
we
for
gonna
it.
get
I'm
it.
falling back to the
All
back,
right, all right. Yeah, I gotta show these videos. I want the people to know the knowledge of the Kabbalah of what these motherfuckers be trying to push up under shit. No, I gotta do that. I gotta do that. Ty's trying to tell his story. He want to have us all crying and shit. He want to take the heat off of his friend said. Hell no. Press 1. Yeah, brother. They want to take the heat off and all that goofy shit. I'm right with them. I'm right there with them. Cool. But I'm finna play these Kabbalah. I want the people to know. Said been up this whole time. And he all up in the mystery schools of nothingness. Press 1. I want y'all to see. What up? Talk to the classroom. I want y'all to see how said sound. Now I'm gonna put this video on to me yesterday, and now just listen. Just listen. You can tell a little dweeb. Said no, I love you. You can tell a little fucking dweeb. And check this out, y'all. I had to go get the video. Now listen to this shit. Listen to what he say. Listen to what he say. I don't even know what he say, but he finna say some crazy shit that's gonna have you saying, what the fuck?
All right, so I had a thought because I was listening to what Brittany was saying, and you're talking about the time machine and the time machine being a TV. So how did they make the time machine?
All right.
The time machine was made.
Come on, say it.
The time machine was made. The time machine was made by studying the black body.
Okay.
Okay.
The black body.
That's what you was asking me earlier.
Yes.
Right?
I'm like, what the fuck? You the one who brought me the black
I
body.
thought on the live he brought it up and all that.
You brought me the black body. I'm threw you the live, and the ball went over your head like you ain't went to practice or something. What's wrong with him? What's wrong
Watch
with
this.
Studying the black body.
Now watch this. So tell the
So
people,
the black
break
body
that
is the
down.
light.
What that mean? I need you to break that down specifically. What that mean by studying the black body? Go ahead.
Todd is a fucking clown.
So they study the black body by going by burning. It's by a burning.
Go ahead.
So you have to
So
burn the black
Holocaust.
body. Yes, you burn the black body, and you look at the spectrums of light that come off from the burning. Like they said that certain portions.
Now this is all. Now remember, this is after the lady said all that she said about time travel. She said time travel was in the timeline. Press 1. I told you the war is in the timeline. Press 1. Watch this. Watch this.
The body burn at different colors and temperatures. So what they're studying is the black body. It's what Taj was saying is the black lines in the middle. That's what the slit experiment is for.
I told you, Tosh. I told you. He kept saying your fucking name, bro. This was Taj, bro. Taj, bro, you was right, Taj.
They're studying what holds the light, the colors, and the body parts together. They're looking for the catalyst.
They're studying what holds the body part together. They're looking for the catalyst. Just more bug language. This nigga. They're looking for the catalyst, just like the white man was saying.
So that catalyst is what they call the philosopher's stone.
Talk to the people about it.
So the philosopher's stone is how you take a base metal and turn it into gold. So that's like Taj.
I'm so sorry, y'all. Oh my goodness. That Todd is like that little person in your ear that can't stop telling jokes when it's time to be. So he said Todd got caught in the wrong block. He just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Ricky, press 1. Woo! Woo, this boy said, you see why I caught him? I said, this little weasel, he been up to no good. Listen to him. Listen to him, this little weasel.
Just talking about how they had the steel pennies. Like, it was steel mixed into it. So you burn the black body and see what the catalyst is, what holds everything together. And with that catalyst holds together everything in existence. So it would be carbon. Carbon would be the catalyst for holding together molecules. It's squaring the circle. How do you fit a circle peg into a square hole?
So he's squaring the circle, and then and then Taj got to call it back in, and then Taj sends me this this page. No, I'm just playing, Taj. Do not call it back in. And look at squaring the circle. Squaring the circle is an alchemic form of whatever he talking about. Press 1. So he on alchemy. He on full serpent mode right now. Tosh said. Woo! He on full alchemy mode. Now he could have said, Kev, I know a little something about alchemy. Can I speak on this a little bit? Press 1. He came with the intent to slither this shit into the teaching. Press 1. Shame.
You have to have the right catalyst to do it. It's an analogy.
Go ahead.
You have to have the proper catalyst. So the catalyst being carbon, and carbon being what makes up the entire universe.
Now, didn't oh my goodness, man! This man is crazy.
They would turn turned the black body into the black mirror. And used
They turned the black body into the black mirror. Now remember, we were talking about time travel within the time zones.
you are made of as a weapon against you. And change your perspective on time by giving it another, like John was saying about refraction, they change the dimension. But just a slight turn would change the dimension, or like what you were saying, or the angle of light that is. That's what it is. So the Holocaust is what brought out, is what helped them do the experiment to figure out how to make.
So
That's how they got the whole spectrum of life.
So
they understand it too well.
So
they use like the whole chakra thing. Those use the spectrum of light that each body part burns.
he said the whole chakra thing is the spectrum of light that each body part burns. Go ahead.
And being able to put that back together, or to be able to reproduce or project the light.
You break it up.
What was the last thing you heard?
Them projecting light.
By them projecting the light from the black body, they were able to, I guess, recreate a false light.
Go ahead. So their scientific study and chemistry really comes from the genocide that they did. It's a hidden secret code of language.
Yeah.
Got you. Go ahead, King.
That's the whole thing behind it. And it's supported in the casket.
Woo! So they performed a large ritual to change the spectrum. Now.
Or the dimension.
Oh, said this
again? They did it to change the dimension.
They did it to change the dimension in time. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
It's just a dimension is just an angle of light.
Just but the angle of light. They time travel.
That's like what Todd was saying about when you put the pencil in the water and it looks like it's
yeah. I told you, Tosh. I told you, you got everything to do with this, my nigga. I don't know what you talking about. Press one. Tosh can pretend like he don't hear this nigga all he wants.
It's like it's hidden off of the water and it makes a field
That sound like 19 keys, huh, y'all? That sound like 19 keys, don't it? Press one if that sound like that sound like 19 keys. That's why I shot that and it was over here. Oh, that sound like 19 keys taking information. Oh, let's listen in, y'all. Let's listen to 19. Y'all notice he never responded to me calling him 19 keys. Watch this. That sounds just like 19 keys knowledge, huh? That nigga said, never said that wasn't me. I think they called it in the shower. It wasn't me. He want to argue about dumb shit. He see what I'm doing over here. Because I'm big instigator. Hey, bro, they said you sound like 19 keys, bro. Hit that like button. 19 keys over here trying to steal trying to take my information back to the Nation of Islam. Press one. Oh, he's supposed to be saying my name. He trying to be me. He's saying, yeah, man, Farrakhan, You ever seen John 16? Had Farrakhan saying my stuff up there like that. That's messed up, man. Woo! So we've been pretty much not only going back in time, we've been seeing through the illusion and the whole let's put it in our theory. We've literally seen through the game that's been played over us almost in its entirety if we're dealing at the study of the black body.
Causality.
Retro causality, y'all. Listen.
Retro causality.
As long as I keep talking and keep filling this little peon head up, press 1. If I make it sound good for him, press 1. All adjectives, no nouns, and be like, bro, they really, bro, and make it sound like conspiracy, and then I got him. Like he be thinking he got me. And got him, nigga. And got him. But come on, said. So really, you right? As long as we can keep kicking bullshit together that don't make sense, bro, or that's gonna have you questioning and questioning. Not that it don't even make, because it'll make sense. It'll make sense until it don't, and then we're just floating off in space. Press 1. Now we can have great conversations that lead off into just space and nothingness. I like those too. Anytime, KevRow at night, that shit popping. I'm saying though, nigga was supposed to be on what the old lady was, not the old lady that the sister was talking about. You know, it was supposed to be more, and this was more hermetic than anything. Retro causality is what, champion?
That's cause and effect.
So everything. So when they burned up our body, they screwed up time and set a time trap for us. Everything the architect said was true in the making. And he was talking to a black person in reality. Look, that didn't have nothing to do with the subject. I just said something that was true because why? Press 1. Why? You feel me, 19? Why? I'm just getting back to me. Fuck it.
Yes.
And Neo is a black person. Go ahead. Look.
They use retro causality. So
going back to retro causality.
We have, like I put in the chat.
I'm eating. Y'all hear me eating pies and Popeyes? Nigga, I'm grubbing.
Analogy used, but it's like having the Emancipation Proclamation happening, but that story being told from a point in time before that, they can go back and say, well, Christopher Columbus is what actually led to, over so many years, is what led to the Emancipation Proclamation.
Right.
He brought slaves. They use a point in time that they were able to manipulate and then go back and backdate it for the beginning.
And that would only happen if you genocide them people. Oh my goodness. Cause and effect.
Right, and that's why you saying like
the Big Bang is the genocide of African Americans. Look,
right.
Because I had to bring it home for them. Go ahead.
And that's the explosion at the T.A. Gillespie Motor Company.
That's the explosion at the. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
We're talking about combustion.
So at the T.A. Gillespie and combustion, talk about it.
He was working on the car. He was making the motor. Because after the explosion, after all this, Ford comes out with the Ford. That's the first thing they did was the Ford Model T, the car, the combustion engine.
So when 19 Keys said there was some great inventions back in the day, and we got to tap into them because they, bruh, just come on out, bro. Come on, get to the debate, bro. Just come on out, bruh. Come on and get to the debate, champion. Come on, man. That's what you want. Come on out.
So that algorithm for the Gillespie algorithm was used to create the engine.
This nigga don't study Gillespie to a worse than Janice. Nella.
Exactly. Come on.
So it gives you different, right? So you don't have, so you're not blowing up yourself. It gives you a simulation of firing of the engine. It gives you a simulation, so you want to get from the crank up to the idle point.
Yeah.
Where you can get to the point to drive it. So once they were able to cause that explosion, they were able to get the algorithm.
Man, I'm starting to think 19 Keys want to beat Kev Gills. Damn. I'm finna get me one of them suits like they be wearing. Fuck it. Just do it for my show. I'm Kev Gills. Jeez, bruh. Let me be me.
Once they caused the explosion, they were able to get the algorithm. And with that, that's how they were able to run the program to see how to work the TV, how to create the TV.
And many more inventions, right?
Right. And whatever they discovered, they used the retro causality to go back and say, well, it came from this person.
Got you. But the original architect will be the combustion engine creator.
Right. And that's part of the scramble for what the technology was. And they say Tesla came up with all of this.
Bruh. That nigga was good. That's like some. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm finna get into this hermeticism. Y'all, that shit crazy, Jeff. Like, look, the black sun. That's what Taj was talking about. Press one. I'm over here talking about the black atom. Y'all talking about the black sun. Press one. Over here in blue. I'm over here talking about the black atom. Press one. They talking about the black sun. Hit the like button and subscribe. Let's go into the hermetic principles of Freemasonry.
And I will promise I will go really. As Torah, is translated as instruction. For all of us would be, why should a Mason even care about Kabbalah? The reason is because Kabbalah is a part of our rituals and symbols.
Told you. Told you. How far do I gotta go in class? How far do I gotta go? How far do I gotta go? Damn. How far do I gotta go? You ain't gotta go too far to hear it. You say, let me see, 19 keys. Now watch this. Now you're gonna see that's it. Look, raise your vibration. Elevate. Look at it. Oh my goodness. Come on, guys.
Prompt jealousy. You prompt their own fears, their own anxieties about themselves.
Reflection of themselves.
Right. But it's like, even getting to this point where we are today, right? You're a world-renowned, leader and speaker and researcher and entrepreneur and multi-hyphenate.
Like
I can
this.
keep going, right? Same as myself.
Not like
But
this.
what this can happen is it makes people think like they don't deserve to be there. And the reason what people think is they think that specifically melanated intelligence success has to be orchestrated by the devil.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That there's no way that you could have started from your traumas and your situations, redefined your life, alchemized your situation, transmuted all your thoughts, worked on a consistent and daily basis.
All y'all is one. Y'all mindsets is in the metaphysical systems, branding keys, astrological breakdowns, unlock your third eye. That's why when the Messiah called me,
yes,
I knew it was this guy. I just didn't want to.
Shout out to the Tauruses.
Yeah, shout out to the
Right.
You feel
the
me?
entire aspect of a torus is how the universe is set up.
When
That's life
when
within
Messiah
itself.
from the East Coast
Right?
called me,
Folding on
I
itself
knew
and
it was
coming back
who it
out.
was.
So
I was just
the way that we escape physical matter is getting back into that place and that space within ourselves that you recognize yourself initially as a spark of light and non-physical. The physical aspect is this is my ectodermis is the last part of me to formulate it. When I was created in the womb, I was created as a heart first. So that spark, that light spark, that all spark, that was the physical thing. And then flesh formed around it, right? And then now it's my suit. But if I'm looking at you and I'm identifying your skin, I'm falling victim to the trick down here that we're physical matter. No, the atom is 99% empty. You're a spark of light first and foremost. Any and everything that's animated on this plane of existence has an animating spark. That's what I identify with, right?
And light density, because everything is light. But when you see light being curved, it's curved because whether you believe
Medicas. Oh my goodness. These niggas ain't got no lasers, ain't got no none of that, bro.
it's magnetism or you believe it's gravity, is because that light is so dense that now the laws of the universe have an effect on it and it can pull it down. Like you see a rainbow being curved.
It's being curved.
Right? Now they say that that's supposed to be a circle. You understand me? If it was
Look what he got on his chest. A stone.
Fully let
It
out,
was
but
fully, right.
it's being curved.
Above then below.
But now when you
Above then below.
think about the human
At
being,
42 degrees, yes.
the human being, we go from the little sperm thing, you get the electricity, right? And then more light is formed around that electrical moment that becomes denser and denser and denser, right? Because there's a certain level of gravity, otherwise our bones would be too weak to be able to walk upright. You understand me? Like we are the what's the word? The diameter man, not the diameter,
Perpendicular.
but perpendicular man.
Bro, you
that
know we
stands up.
clowns, bro.
You understand
We
me?
clowning,
So
bro. You're all right.
therefore, we had to be an evolved man because of the man that is laid down on his hands and feet. That's a beast-like nature. You understand me? But man who has enough
Somebody said, are they flirty?
of electricity within his spine.
Yeah, because they talking electricity up their spine. When you talking...
Not like this. Not like this.
I'm tired of these niggas suggesting that electricity cords going up my spine, bro. Come on, bro. Oh, bro.
That's going to shoot upward, right?
Uh-huh.
And to kind of dial it back to the conversation around
I don't know, man.
chakras, because even when you go to the chiropractor, the chiro, depending on where you go, they're going to have, show you how electricity runs up through the spine.
Right.
And that if there's any...
Yeah, but they don't do nothing, they don't do nothing to what you might be suggesting, sir. They just stay on the outside and do things that make my back crack and things of that nature that ain't got nothing to do with up the spine electrical. None of that, bro.
issues and incursions on that spine, and that's when you have issues throughout the rest of your body.
Yes, so the meridians of the body.
The meridians of the body. Like, all right, there might be meridians, there might be not, but I don't care. The thing is, bro, what the fuck are y'all doing, bro?
Or contained in your spinal column. You know, the spinal column is like...
All right, bro. The spinal column, bro. Woo. Black people stay away from the teachings off that tree, boy. Woo, that spinal column, boy.
Electricians, if they go
they're like electricians.
To the house, and that part of the particular house that has all of the cords running through it, that's the spine. Those are the meridians, 32 vertebrae broken into 4 sections. So as a internal martial artist, I used to practice a
internal martial arts.
Yeah, Bach Wow is a system. It's a breathing system, and we used to stretch our spine. We used to utilize a technique that actually elongates our spine. And the more longer I was stretching my spine, I was creating portals or accessing portals within my spine.
Hold up, man. Hold up, bro. And they did what?
To traverse in and out of dimensions.
Woo! 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 Where my blunt at, bro? Traverse in and out of dimensions, huh? Only thing I got from that was orgasm or some shit, bro. I don't know how or what y'all talking about.
Because
that nigga, nigga said, oh Lord, this can't be life. There's got to be more. This can't be us.
Above than below.
But now when you think about the human
at
being.
42 degrees, yes.
At 42 degrees, nigga, bent over, yes, nigga.
We go from the little sperm thing, you get the electricity,
little sperm
right?
thing.
And then more light is formed around that electrical moment that becomes denser and denser and denser.
That electrical moment that becomes denser and denser and denser.
Right? Because there's a certain level of gravity, otherwise
there's a certain level of gravity. Of course, you 42 degrees.
our bones would be too weak to be able to walk upright. You understand me? Like we are the what's the word? The diameter man, not the diameter,
Perpendicular.
but perpendicular man that stands up.
Yes.
You understand me? So therefore, we had to be an evolved man because of the man that is laid down on his
Four
hands and
pedals,
feet.
right.
Not like this. Not like this.
Oh, shit. Whoo. Oh, man.
That's a beast-like nature. You understand me? But man who has enough electricity within his spine, that's going to shoot upward, right?
What's gonna shoot? What's gonna shoot? What the fuck? Help me believe.
Right. And to kind of dial it back to the conversation around chakras, because even when you go to the chiropractor, depending on where you go, they're going to have, show you how electricity runs up through the spine.
Right.
And that if there's any issues and incursions on that spine, then that's when you have issues throughout the rest of your body.
Yes, so the meridians of the body
You said blockage.
are contained in your spinal column. The spinal column is like electricians, if they go to the house and
This nigga said,
that
oh
part
my
of the
goodness.
particular house that has all of the cords running through it, that's the spine. Those are the meridians, 32 vertebrae broken into 4 sections. So as a internal martial artist, I used to practice a
internal martial artist.
Yeah, Bach Wow is a system. It's a breathing system.
Buck Wild is a breathing.
And we used to stretch our spine. We used to utilize a technique that actually elongates our spine. And the more longer I was stretching my spine, I was creating portals or accessing portals within my spine to traverse in and out of dimensions.
Nigga said, What you mean? What the fuck is these? What the fuck is this, brother?
Because those worlds, just like in Kabbalah, they say that there are 4 worlds.
Press 1. Just like in what? Kabbalah, there are 4 worlds. Ladies is like, damn, that sounds like 4 levels to orgasm, huh, ladies? I told you this shit was pillow talk for the ladies, bro. Y'all playing. Come on.
4 worlds are intertwined within the spine. And Kemet, they knew this. They called
What? I told y'all it was all one. In Kemet, they knew this. They called it what?
it the jet pillars, which
Oh.
were 4 columns, right, on the spine.
It was like
On on the what?
his spine, that's going to shoot upward.
Let's try to
right?
listen to this with a straight
and
face,
to
guys.
kind of dial it back to
Let's
the
listen to this with a straight face.
chakras,
All right. Let's listen to this with a straight face. Come on.
Because even when you go to the chiropractor, the chiro, depending on where you go, they're going to have, show you how electricity runs up through the spine.
Right.
And that if there's any issues and incursions on that spine, then that's when you have issues throughout the rest of your body.
Yes, so the meridians of the body are contained in your spinal column. The spinal column is like electricians, if they go to, to the house and that part of the particular house that has all of the cords running through it, that's the spine. Those are the meridians, 32 vertebrae broken into 4 sections. So as a internal martial artist, I used to practice a...
internal martial artist.
Yeah, Bach Wow is a system, it's a breathing system. And we used to stretch our spine. We used to utilize a technique to actually elongate our spine.
Hold the fuck up. I get another try. I ain't never heard no niggas say that shit before, bro. Hold up, bro. Oh, fuck that, bro. I get another chance, bro. Fuck that, bro. Everybody get another chance, bro. I gave niggas plenty of chances. Hold on, let me get this shit out, bro. Hold the fuck up. This nigga said, I got electricity. When he go, that's where all the cords is connected. Come on, man. I never heard no shit like that in my life, bro. What type of niggas these, bro? Explain some shit this way. Oh, I gotta be ready for you niggas, bro. Woo!
Above than below.
But now when you think about the human being,
2 degrees, yes.
the human being, we go from the little sperm
Fucked
thing,
up.
you get the electricity,
Red pill, blue pill, shut
right?
the fuck up.
And then more light is formed around that electrical moment that becomes denser and denser and denser, right? Because there's a certain level of gravity, otherwise our bones would be too weak to be able to walk upright. You understand me? Like we are the what's the word? The diameter man, not the diameter,
Perpendicular.
but perpendicular man that stands up.
Yes.
You understand me? So therefore, we had to be an evolved man because of the man that, is laid down on, his
4
hands and
pedals, right.
feet. That's a beast-like nature. You
Right.
understand me? But man who has enough electricity within his spine, that's going to shoot upward, right?
Right.
And to kind of dial it back to the conversation around chakras, because even when you go to the chiropractor, the chiro, depending on where you go, they're going to have, show you how electricity runs up through the spine.
Right.
And that if there's any issues and incursions on that spine, then that's when you have issues throughout the rest of your body.
Yes, so the meridians of the body are contained in your spinal column. The spinal column is like electricians, if they go to, to the house and that part of the particular house that has all of the cords running through it, that's the spine. Those are the meridians, 32 vertebrae broken into 4 sections. So as a internal martial artist, I used to practice a...
internal martial artist.
Yeah, Bach Wow is a system, it's a breathing system. And we used to stretch our spine. We used to utilize a technique to actually elongate our spine. And the more longer I was stretching my spine, I was creating portals or accessing portals within my spine to traverse in and out of dimensions. Because those worlds, just like in Kabbalah, they say that there are 4 worlds. Those 4 worlds are intertwined within the spine. And Kemet, they knew this, they called it the jet pillars, which were 4 columns, right, on the spine.
It's like the Jedi.
That it is the Jedi.
Come on,
and
talk to us.
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you.
The man was born on May 4th, so yeah, this conversation is relative, but Yeah, that aspect. You know what I'm saying?
So, cause I want to tell a quick story. You know what I mean? Before we go up to the mothership. This story is how I got some of my powers that I have now. You know, and this may be one of the biggest secrets that I've never told on what differentiates me between a lot of my peers who try to figure out why I have some of the mystic powers, because I've tapped into gateways and portals and dimensions that they've yet to enter. And one of the particular powers that I
Oh, really? What portals?
gained was a power to see in the dark. I have vision where most cannot see. And I gained this due a particular moment in time where I was deeply studying vibration, frequency, and energy, right? And studying the pineal gland, right? And studying how to wake up that part of yourself that lies dormant, the rusty locked mind.
Yes.
And as I was studying this information, I was studying it every day and every day and every day and every day. Even when I'm doing something else, this is what I'm thinking about. I'm always thinking of ways to, I'm studying physics, metaphysics, quantum physics, you know, I'm studying science, psychology, sociology, every mathematics, ontological mathematics, all of these different fields. And what it does is it vibrates you higher. So it goes from that sacral and it starts to vibrate you, and you always thinking in the crown chakra at all times. And this was when my pineal gland was...
Your bell is ringing.
The bell was ringing. My pineal gland was calcified, right? You know, junk foods, processed foods, you know, seafoods, mercury, all of these different things, you know, calcify your pineal gland.
Oh my goodness. Somebody said, yep, all that shit sound familiar. Somebody was just talking about all this goofy shit.
Right, through calcium phosphate crystals, you know, which are attracted to that pineal as through that calcification. And this pineal gland is that seat house, right, of psychic ability, intuition, right, having vision, imagination, being able to see within the future. But one day, right, I think it just got to an inflection point. You know, I'm doing my chants, my meditations. You understand me? Like, I'm locked in. I've completely like channeled into a completely different being at this point, because I was working to unlock secret codes.
Right.
And this was through.
Not like this. Not like this.
Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. I just want to make sure y'all hear this stuff.
Through my development of becoming 19 Keys. You know, I was working to make sure that this was a form of energy and entity that could exist and be known around the world.
Right. You were being intentional about setting
100%.
Setting yourself up. Right.
Every day.
There you go. There you go. Just want to be known. I just want to be known as the not really. I got my own problem.
Dimension of it was intentional. There was no accident about none of this, which is why I can be humble about it at the same time, because it's like, you know,
Oh my God. You just gotta, you know. And then they run away. No, that ain't me, and all this goofy shit. Look, bruh. It's quite evident. Did you hear them say Kabbalah? They was into the Kabbalah magic. They're into entering portals and going into portals. hear me? Cool. Yeah, I said he want to do what he don't want to give nobody the credit. He want all the credit, but don't want to give nobody the credit. He say Kev don't give nobody the credit. So I give everybody the credit. Turns out, look what type of credit they really want. Look what type of time that they really want. Look who they really are. Press 1. What my man FYB say, it hit different when you're not who you say you are, but you are exactly who you know you are. Now that hit different. You're too busy hiding, trying to gather up Kev Gill's information, and then play, no I don't, no I'm not. Your ego is so big. Press 1. His ego's so motherfucking big. And it ain't even his ego. That's mine. Press 1. That's my ego. You see? See how easy it is, family. You know, this right there. That's what he want. That's what they want. They want all the glory. They want all the girls. They want, and they, you know what they really not? They not us. They're not part of our lineage. We're not the same. Spiritually, nothing. That's a Canaanite. Press 1. You see that, Marley? That's a Canaanite. You see that? You see it differently. And I'm not saying ain't nothing wrong with a Canaanite, but that's a willing, law-abiding, Canaan law-abiding Canaanite doing exactly what he does. He can never transcend mentally into where we can. He's just a person that sits on the outside and try to see what type of blessings those are that person has and says, I want those type of blessings. He got all the blessings. What I just say earlier, they got the same thing. They got more. They got wives and things, and they're not fulfilled. They can never be fulfilled. They do. They want everything, even if it's even if it's your coolness, if it's your lightness. This is all we be having, us, and niggas like that want that because they feel that there's no one who can challenge they feel threatened because they thought they knew it all. Press 1. Yeah, they thought they knew it all, and they women look up to them like this. I love you because you such a historic gentleman. But this brother right here, press 1. But this nigga right here, press 1. And they say, honey, you need to prove that he's wrong. Press 1. Honey, you because you're the warrior. Press 1. Well, you need to prove him wrong because guess what? You taught me these things, but he's saying that you taught me wrong, G. That's what he's saying. And you know what? He makes sense. So you have to destroy that. Press 1. But he can't. Because even he knows I'm the truth. Press 1. And rather admit the truth. Walk down with a head down. Hey, I tried all that I could to distract, deflect, lead down, suggest. And he just keep getting it right. Press what? Hell, I believe him. I fucked up. He can't do no shit like that. So he got to sit in there. It's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. Motherfuckers like that, they just come around to try to see and destroy so they can consume and become. He want to teach, but he don't want to do the work. These type of motherfuckers think it should be given to them. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do all this work that comes with keeping my audience attention, keeping the sanity, the coolness, everything about who I am. They just see on the outside. And that's fucked up. That people will pretend and sneak around when they can be taking part and really enjoying. It's a lot easier to just be regular. Press one. It's a lot easier just to be a regular person, bro. Niggas be working so hard and up to no good that it costs them time, money, effort, all at the end for it to be a moment of like, damn, joke's on me. I'm trying to stop a nigga. I'm trying to, you feel me? And he actually is a cool dude. Press what? A joke's on you. I don't lose shit. I don't lose nothing. You know, I don't even lose the respect. It just baffles me that people don't think I can see them. That type of shit baffles me. They don't think I can see them. And they know I can see everybody else. They don't see me do incredible things. And they soul just gotta be weasel-like. You know? They just gotta be weasel-like. You tell me. This is you don't got no codes. That's what a lot of them don't want to face the fact. You ain't got no damn code. All the shit y'all be talking is bullshit. And I'm proving it. Ain't no code. I'm the code. Me, myself. You talking about the outside daydream code. I'm the motherfucking code, nigga. McDonald's French fries. I said, you want to drive the ship? He said, hell yeah. I want that. His soul couldn't even resist nothing like that. First one. His soul couldn't even resist. You want the codes, don't you? Oh, hell yeah. I need to know. I know. And y'all look, I play random video and look out the horse's mouth. Look, Kev just find the tape. I need them codes, nigga. I need to know, nigga, how to use this power to trick more people into nothingness. I don't care about that Bible, and I don't care about them people. I care about what money my family can make and manifest. Press one, they don't care about nothing. But seeing through dimensions, elongating their spine. Press one. KevRow, elongating their spine and having a good night.
Person can be a part of the intelligentsia in the beginning.
We're looking for effectiveness and efficiency like you speak about, right? How is this person able to utilize their minds? Do they understand systems, right? Can they reverse engineer? What is their aptitude to listen to something and to apply themselves? Oh, this person is a coder. Chances are they can focus on something.
Look.
You know what I'm saying? oh, this person has created technological breakthroughs like an Idris, chances are that, you know, this person's brain is orientated to come up with solutions, right? Because that's all the word hacking means. Hacking is solution. So you throw these issues to people who are solution-based and creative-minded, they're gonna come up with a new design, right? That speaks to, specifically to the time, because the new design that speaks to the time is gonna source whatever resources or materials are in circulation or in existence that helps you solve these problems that weren't available yesterday.
Do you think we can utilize things like, you know, the human design or Myers-Briggs personality types, you understand me, in conjunction with the people that we bring in? Because let's say like you got ENTJs or INTJs, and they're going to see, feel, and experience the world differently. And then what you often find is that subset or group are often in leadership positions because their perspective and the way that they perceive the world is different. So they're often bringing something fresh and new to the algorithm.
Yes. Well, I'm designing a
Now wait a minute. I thought y'all was against AI.
AI, which I call almighty intelligence. In this particular
Almighty intelligence. That's why I'm on that.
The AI is utilizing metrics that we seem to overlook that speak specifically to not machine learning, but human learning, right? How can I utilize a machine to learn a human better? There are certain metrics that are available to us, such as...
Sir, that's what artificial intelligence is. Intelligence programmed by humans.
Tarot, such as human design.
Tarot?
People focus a lot on nutrition, body-wise, you know.
Tarot card.
Because, you know, they operate within sovereignty, right? So they don't pay taxes, things of that nature.
Never been conquered, yes.
Yeah, and he was explaining, he said his mentor or his guide, his elder, was telling him that he need to become an attorney. And he confused, like, come on, man, you know we don't deal with the law. Like, crazy, an attorney? After we just talked about all this sovereignty?
Right.
So he said, nah, man, he said a spiritual attorney where you study the laws of the universe. And he said, I need you to become, you know, an expert at the laws of the universe. And he said, you know, when we're going through different passages within life, he said, as, you know, when we are a sperm, right? You know, we spin it. They said we don't wiggle the tail, we actually spin it. You understand me? It's a spiral action that's happening. And during that time, you know, we go to egg. So we're guided to the egg by the egg, and it's choosing the right one, you understand me, to be guided. And we spiraling our way to existence. And then once we get in there, we start to form what we need for the next realm. So each realm starts to give and guide you to what you need to go to that next stage, right? So you start to get arms, legs, you know, heart, limbs, spine, right? All of these different things start to form, brain, eyeballs, teeth, and, well, not teeth yet, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you start to become ready for this next round. So once you come in there, you understand me, screaming and hollering, as a baby, you were also given everything that you needed. But that was, if you want to call, you know, the divine intelligence, preparing you for that next realm. It's not something you had to ask for, like, yo.
All right. Look like I got a caller. See what this is. Coffee and Kush TV, KevRow University, late night chilling with my audience. What up? What up?
Coffee shit, man. I'm living bad, man. I'm tired of eating hot wings all the time.
Well, stop eating them then.
Need to walk. It's gonna be a certain amount of gravity. No,
it was
in that
prepackaged.
darkness, you've already been ready.
Right, you prepackaged.
So the question that became, as you born into this realm,
yes,
you understand me, then what are you being prepared for next?
Yes.
Right? Because when you talk about, you know, a person light dies out and that flicker of their flame is gone and there's no more spirit within their life and then their body is no longer useful, it's the spiritual laws that they've densed onto themselves and added onto their soul and their spirit that they carry on until whatever next form of energy.
What the fuck?
And when we go to gematria, we find out, so gematria is the numerical counting system of these particular words, right? We find the word brain equals 44. We find the word light equals 44, right? And when we go to the brain itself, inside of the brain, we find that the area of the brain that's responsible for
rules and orders constructed to stay in that consciousness at all times.
Hold that frequency.
Otherwise, things will bring you down. You
Right.
go from ding to you start fiddling down. So one of those things was, of course, people do meditation, right, to try to maintain, and meditation is a form of being able to hemisync the brain from left and right hemisphere as well. People do prayers. Muslims pray 5 times a day to stay consistently synced in and tapped into that higher consciousness. And then it goes into your deeds, right? And how you're consistently moving and doing good, and you're always vibrating high.
Right, random acts of kindness, keeping the heart chakra open. Right.
You get to that point where you at the Messiah frequency. You understand me? And once you are interlocked into that frequency,
I told you, family. Hit that like button and subscribe to this channel, man. Or don't. You just join the patreon.com/TV. Make some people just vote. See, now he's into his Messiah complex. Ah.
Then you at that Christ consciousness to
now you see what look what they own. Look what they own. Look what they own.
Where you're always pouring from that higher level. Everything you do, every deed, the way you make people feel when they interact with your energy, your light, you tapped into that Christ energy. But that Christ energy is, Christ meaning crusher, so it also comes to change things, right? Like
Christ meaning crusher? Okay.
Like in the Bible, they talk about, Jesus coming in and, flipping over the tables and giving people rules on how they supposed to live, to tap in.
Look at this.
He basically saying that, look, if y'all want to be on God time, you want to have that mind of God, this is what you got to lock into. You understand me? And the people like, shit, we trying to gamble and fornicate and, you know what I'm saying? We trying to do our sinning and granted. And you trying to put us on God time. But he's like, listen, man, y'all ain't got no choice. I'm on God time. Y'all got to be on God time.
Right.
Because he came to crush.
Right.
He just because he came to crush, he just making things up. He's just making it up.
So once you get to a certain extent, and people may call it self-righteousness. Right. When you see somebody particularly living a certain way of life, and then they want other people to join on and live that life as well, they are now judged by people who's not on that frequency.
Boom. Boom. See that? People say, why? Why would they do that? Because they know what they're doing. That's why. When you're not able to tap into the word of God, the people on the outside are the ones sitting back there judging you. Because they can't tap in, so they need you to go astray. They need you in everything they're involved in. They need you in everything they're involved in. That'll validate what they're doing.
Now, the greater part of that is a person being able to live that life and not judge others, but still find a way to get everybody to want to be on that frequency through inspiration, through example setting.
Yes.
You understand me?
And that's through what? Through the word of God. So it ain't like he don't know. And like he don't know who he looking at and what he wants to become versus what they do in the background. It's like this is the same shit I've been saying. But that's what these individuals do. And now getting a taste of what they actually really worship out here, themselves by way of Kabbalah magic and all of these other things, everything they whole game is exposed. Actually, it sounds fucking erotic.
Now, when we talk about crystals form based on the vibration of the environment. You understand me? While some crystals are going to come out perfectly formed and other ones weren't, based on, the shape and the frequency allowing them to grow outward.
Pressure. Right.
The pressure. Now, you have on a magnitude of crystals. You understand me? And I know that you have something called Christ Consciousness 44. You understand me? A lecture that you give and that you break down.
Yes.
I want you to, two things for me. If you can explain to people how they can tap in to that state of Christ consciousness. And because Mother Tanetta talked about it in conjunction with tapping into the mind of God, where she would read the Quran. I believe she read.
You see that? What do they want the codes to? For His glory, Brittany, Amanda, the mind of God. What's the title? Press one. What's the title? There is no what? Okay. Press one. What's my title? See how, hey, Brian King, you see that? They want to tap in to the mind of God. And they've been lying about it this whole time.
From front to back every week, so that every letter and every word was what was vibrating and emanating within her mind. So imagine praying 5 times a day and reading the Quran every day. The only vibration that you have is supposed to be the word of God. So that means that you can only think with the word of God and vibrate within that. And imagine your environment being sound bowls and crystals and pleasant words. You tapped in.
Yeah. She's filling her cup up till her cup runneth over. Right?
What?
So she's making sure that her mind is mentally immersed at all times in the word. And she becomes a manifestation of the word. Because now she's presently present in her walking, living, breathing meditation. She's lucid living on principle, right? And her heart chakra is open because, again, the reason why the color of Islam is green is because it deals with the heart. It deals with the planet Venus, hence the fact that we see the star and the crescent, right? And the fact that it's on Fridays is when we make acknowledgement, to Allah and and all Muslims gather on that particular day because it's resonating on heart energy, heart space energy. So if she's holding that frequency, right, and she's ascending her own Jacob's ladder, she's going through her hero's journey, right? Disciplining herself enough to get through what
Y'all
they
hear
say
this.
is like
This
getting
Kabbalah.
through the eye of the needle, right? That's how difficult they
The
say it is
eye
to get
of the
through
needle, huh?
the heart chakra.
Right.
And they'll show it in the
How difficult it is to get to the heart chakra is to go through the eye of the needle. If that's not the open backwardness of a person who's misquoting scripture, I don't know what is. That's just it's just poisonous because it's coming from a snake. That's why. It ain't like he's thinking about it. He's just that's blasphemous for no reason. Just whatever.
in the Giza pyramids, the King's Chamber, you got to go through a shaft on an angle through the left. You know what I'm saying? It gets real thin. You got to crawl through it. It's very uncomfortable. But once you get to it, you're in the glory of the upper room. You have access to the throat. You got access to the ajna, which is the third eye, and ultimately to the crown. This is the upper room. Now you're in the kingdom of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The skull, they say where Jesus went to go, the cave of Golgotha.
Damn, it's like a sex ritual. That's what it sounded like to me. Like then you get to the throat, and then it's like you're not at 45 degrees no more. That's just like it's like what?
Right?
What?
And that's where this pineal is at. This is what's called a crystal palace. You feel me? The pineal, the hypothalamus.
So there's actual crystals
yes.
where the pineal is at.
The pineal is a crystal, right? The ears have crystals in them. This crystals, our skeletal structure is crystal, hence the fact that if we jump, we create what's called piezoelectricity, and that's from pressure. When you put pressure on crystals, they release sparks. They release electricity. So when we're jumping, when we are utilizing, they like, them niggas just playing. No, they not just playing basketball. That's the most active piece of melanin on the planet at any given time. That's melanin in motion, real time, right? You can see the miracle through them.
What? Oh, y'all are just worshipers of athletes. No, bruh. Stop.
And playing basketball is using the earth. Because as you drop the
This
ball,
shit
the earth is jumping back
Back
at
up,
you, pushing
right.
the ball. You understand me? Like, we don't even understand the
Defying
actions that
gravity.
we do on a daily
Right.
basis.
The super
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
dynamic, super, quantum physics aspects of how we utilize these avatars and these vessels to create, or defy cosmic law. You defying gravity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And looking good doing it.
Looking great doing it.
You feel me?
Look at MJ was flying. Like,
Flying.
you know,
Right.
we got hops. You understand me? But that's flight. But, you
Right.
know, the greatest ability that we have in flight was, of course, within the mind. You understand me? Is
Right.
our ability to be able to travel from one place to another the same way we talk about quantum entanglement.
Press 1. So maybe, hey, y'all want to know the secret? Y'all want to know the real secret? I proved there's quantum entanglement. That's why he said it's like, fuck. Said you don't got to be like fuck. I proved your whole theory. Press 1. You I proved the whole thing, nigga. The whole thing, bro. Press 1. Now, what is it called again? Quantum entanglement. Now watch this. Now watch this. For the people who are getting on the KevRow first thing in the morning, Magic School Bus, could you press 1? See, they want to know how I did it. Press 1. They want to know how I did it, bro. How the hell did he go back in time and timeline after? You hear that, Taj? Timeline, Taj. Timeline. How did his ass get everybody through? How did he connect us all that way? Press 1. You feel what I'm saying? That dude right there, sitting right there with all that going on, these niggas is trying to figure out the quantum entanglement theory. But they can't. But they sit up here watching me do the shit and trying to figure out how can we get this shit from but now they gotta work even harder and say, Kev, bro, you win, bro. Damn. Hey, Ali, all I gotta say is damn, bro. All right, bro, you kicked our ass, bro. They want the keys, nigga. They want they want the real secret, bro, to the Magic School Bus. You feel me? I told y'all I may have figured out the motherfucking, with my high ass, I may have figured out how to time travel without even knowing. That's what the fuck I was doing until I got the right perspective from the quantum jargon conversation. And it had me remember a lot of things. So it's fun. You know, it's fun. So what they really want is how the machine operates. What they say? The calculations in the mind of
the earth is jumping back at you.
Let me tell you, only the mind of God or somebody like that or something like that can prove quantum entanglement by those who are there with them. They never figured it out. They don't have that type of heart connection with you. That real connection. You know that's my cousin. That nigga Kev is like family, bro. that real connection with real people to make them believe in the book like I can. You feel me? They don't know how to make people believe in the word of God like me. Like the never ending story like that. Like I said, you got to put yourself in the book and you everybody else too. So if I put myself in time and I'm having all of these wonderful thoughts, right? As a person growing up and all of this, but I'm alone, that's boring. You feel me? That's boring. And that's a lot of loneliness. That's dope because you like, damn, I wish other people can see what you see. You feel what I'm saying, Todd? Like, and then like with this YouTube channel specifically, I know people can see what I see. So why not just go where I go? You feel me? We all in a virtual world, so a nigga just using his imagination, right? And that's what they said in alchemy and the rest of these things is that imagination is what? And then we also learning that this whole world was built in the imagination or the mind of God. That's why I'm saying there's no calculation to it. You can't calculate something so vast and great and project the outcome of nothing. Because you just like a little ant trying to come up with things that you don't even understand. You can keep trying and keep doing what you're doing in good faith and keep going. But I mean, it's better to listen to the creator who set this big thing up. And I take his word on that, or at least stay on for as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather take his word on that than just listen to the knowledge of the serpent gonna tell me, oh, that's because I'm a god and I'm an alien and I come from outer space. Press 1 and look, don't worry. Everybody else believe it too. Come on. No, it's okay. It's a hell no. It's not okay. You talking too fast, bruh. Hold up. You feel me? So understanding now that the real weapon that the devil have is the hermetic practices and the Kabbalah. That's all that it got on you.
Pushing the bar. You understand me? Like, we don't even understand the actions
gravity.
that we do on a daily basis.
The super dynamic, super, quantum physics aspects of how we utilize these avatars and these vessels to create, or defy cosmic law. You define gravity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And looking good doing it.
Looking great doing it.
You feel me?
Look at MJ was flying. Like,
Flying.
Right? We got hops. You understand me? But that's flight. But, the greatest ability that we have in flight was, of course, within the mind. You understand me? Is our ability to be able to travel from one place to another the same way we talk about quantum entanglement.
Right.
Told you. Being able to travel from one place to another or one time period to another. You hear me? But it has to be done in the mind. By what they call quantum entanglement. You hear me? You can feel quantum entanglement. You can deja vu quantum entanglement. This is for said, you can slow time down, Sad, if you at the right place at the right time. You can. You can. Fine. You can do all that, but Sad want the key. Sad want to know, what is it? And we keep saying it's your heart. Y'all saying your heart chakra, but it's the sincerity and the compassion in one's heart. Y'all can call it a chakra, right? And y'all be made up some universal shit around that. most niggas want power just to do something evil, just to be up to no good. They asked, said, what you gonna do with the ship? He said, what you gonna do with the women? Oh, I got my own problems.
So that part, right, the ability that we're speaking of, taking over the most important piece of real estate this side of the universe, which is your mind.
Told you.
Right? Getting back into the driver's seat of your spaceship.
You see? Getting into the driver's seat of your spaceship. Make sense? Does that make sense to everybody? So you see why they want my space, my vessel? They want their venom here. You see? They want their shit here. Right under your nose, and you wouldn't even know. It's hijacking. There you go. It's spiritual hijacking.
Active piece of melanin on the planet at any given time. That's melanin in motion, real time, right? You can see the miracle through them.
And playing basketball is using the earth. Because as you drop the ball, the earth is jumping back at
up,
you, pushing
right.
the ball. You understand me? Like, we don't even understand the
Defying
actions that
gravity.
we do on a daily
Right.
basis.
The super dynamic, super, quantum physics aspects of how we utilize these avatars and these vessels to create, or defy cosmic law. You defying gravity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And looking good doing it.
Looking great doing it.
You feel me?
Look at MJ was flying. Like,
Flying.
Right? We got hops. You understand me? But that's flight. But,
Right.
The greatest ability that we have in flight was, of course, within the mind. You understand me? It's
Right.
our ability to be able to travel from one place to another the same way we talk about quantum entanglement.
Right, so that part, right, the ability that we're speaking of, taking over the most important piece of real estate this side of.
Now, how to tell them. You need this spirit. Taj. No. Ali. Bocat. They want my spirit. Press what? They want my aura. They need that. Yeah, if we had this nigga on our team, press one. If we had this spirit right here on our team right here, boy, with the community, what we got, boy, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you exactly what it is. They want that spirit. They want John 16 spirit of truth. They need that. But it's not them. It's not for them. It took me a while to see. It took me a while to see what they saw in me. Press one. It took me a while. What is it?
The universe, which is your mind, right? Getting back into the driver's seat of your spaceship. The thing that's going to take you through this universe when you lay down at night. The thing that's going to take you through this universe when you drop this robe of flesh. You know what I'm saying? She's saying, I want to get in close contact with that now because I understand the ability to access this realm and this reality. So I don't have to have a reunion with it, you know what I'm saying, after the fact and reincarnate and come and do this again. I'm going to be fully conscious of my vessel and my being. I'm going to, inundate my vessel with this light. That word is light. especially if that's what you are vibrating to, because what you vibrate to frequently.
Look, that word is light, but they not even. They just.
What you do frequently becomes your frequency.
Your frequency.
See, like we talked about this before, light bodies and enlightenment. You understand me in that? Of course, it's easier to control the people who are controlled by their lower nature, ego. You just got to keep putting out those things in front of them, keeping them distracted. But if you're talking about somebody, imagine if you have a whole world where all of these people are wise mystics.
Right.
They walking around with all this wisdom. How you gonna fool that person? You can't fool that person that's locked in.
My experience with enlightenment came, I was about 21, I was incarcerated. I got locked up thinking when I was 19. And I was practicing Ramadan in accordance with the Nation of Islam. I just got moved from one part of the jail to another part that was like the Club Med part. Like it was super laid back, you know, they was gonna work release. I wasn't even supposed to be there because I'm not from Virginia. So I wasn't supposed to move from one part of the jail, but I was working at paperwork, and I was really disciplined in regards to how I was allowing myself to study and to get in contact with the concepts of what spirituality meant, you know what I'm saying, now that I had this time to myself. And the sheriff was like, we don't recognize the Nation of Islam, you know, as a religion. It's a gang in the federal, you know, prison system. So he was like, if you want to do that, you got to go back over there. And I was like, no, like, I'm not going back over there. You're going to respect the fact that I want to do Ramadan regardless of what time I want. He's like, you got to eat with your unit. The unit that I had to eat with they was work release, quote unquote, inmates. They was in their clothes. I was in my uniform. We couldn't mix. And rather than just falling on my sword, I had, cause we had pay phones in the venue, I had called Islamic Council in DC, right across the bridge. And I told them what was going on. And for the next 3 days, you know, I could not go and eat with the unit, so I couldn't eat at all.
What this got to do with anything, sir?
Because if you're not thinking anything, you're not producing anything. But if I can get the collective imagination, because there was a sister who talked about, she was a Disney exec, and she was saying how she wanted to embed the gay agenda throughout Disney, right? And basically she said anywhere she could, she was sprinkling queerness in all of them, meaning that, oh, these people kiss, these people do it. Things you wouldn't notice, but it would be subtle things.
Subtle, right.
And the reason for her doing that is so that she can start to embed certain thoughts and changes to try to shift paradigms.
So just hold that there. I just want to jump in right here because I stopped over here and I want to get back here so you can get back there, right?
Talk to me, man, you know.
The formulative years, when we're talking about the spiraling and the uncoiling of the serpent till it becomes, you know what I'm saying, wide enough that now it's opened up in the spiritual that can receive more light like this as opposed to like here, right? The first 7 years from 0 to 7 is when you program the subconscious. So if I program the subconscious from the years of 0 to 7, any and everything that you do beyond that particular point is going to be in response